always have that ready to show. So if somebody comes to you and says, I'd like you to, I heard you're a photographer, I heard you're good, but I'd like to see your work. You show them, and most of the time that seals the deal. I, even as a professional photographer who hires other professional photographers, I always ask for a portfolio. I will never take it based on just what you tell me or how many years of experience you have. I like to see the work you've done. This happens, and this is the case in any business based on art. So that includes fashion, makeup, and so on. You have to have a portfolio. A professional website and active social media profile will help you to reach a wider audience. Next thing is to invest in equipment. Investing in the right equipment is very crucial. You don't need the most expensive gear, but you do need reliable tools that can help you to deliver high quality work. So you need to do your research. You need to find out what are the best options available within your budget, and you need to set your budget and invest wisely. So let me give you a good example. So instead of going for the most expensive camera on the market, you could invest in a less expensive camera, an older camera that will deliver good quality, but rather put money into lenses, because your camera body will change. You probably want to upgrade to the latest technology, but the lenses usually outlast cameras. And so you could have a camera that was made in 2024 and you're still using a lens that was made in the year 2000 because of the quality of the lens, especially if you bought a very high quality lens. So things like that. You need to talk to other photographers and get their advice. Watch a lot of YouTube videos, get advice from there. There's a lot of information to help you to make the right decision when it comes to investing in equipment. So it's not a business where you go in stumbling around not knowing what to do. If you're smart about it and you go about asking the right questions and looking for the right information, you make the best decisions regarding equipment. If you have a large budget, you have a sponsor, you have a large budget, or you have some money saved up, please, by all means, go for the best that you have done your research on. But if you don't have a large budget, start small. You could even start by renting a camera or borrowing a camera whenever you have a shoot. Now, a very important next step is marketing and networking. Marketing and networking are essential for growing your business. You can leverage social media platforms to showcase your work, like I said, and engage with your audience. This puts you out into the space and people begin to know you. You can attend local events and workshops to connect with other professionals. So look out for any photographers events or any other kind of event where you can go and show your portfolio. It could even be a non-photography related event, like a conference or a workshop, and you just go out there and show people what you can do. And collaborations are also a very great way to expand your reach and gain new clients. I did that a lot in the early years. There was this Wed Expo then. Wed Expo, it's like a festival or a fair, a market fair of all wedding vendors, so makeup artists, set designers. So I met with a lot of vendors at those kind of events. It was a great opportunity to network. There are a lot of people who I had met online and I was now meeting in the flesh at those events. And when you meet people, exchange a handshake or a hug, those bonds are set and created, and even people who have seen your work and would like to meet you, they get an opportunity to meet you, to feel your vibe, connect with you, and you're set, you're going. But if you isolate yourself and you just stay in your indoors, in your own space, you can't do everything online. At times you have to leave your comfort zone, go out and mix with people if you really want to build a photography business. Same thing with it, even if you're trying to get into the NGO photography business, you still have to meet people. People have to see you. Sometimes the relationships and connections and bonds you form with people go much, much farther than paid adverts and paying people to advertise your work for you. So, very important. Now, another important thing to think about is pricing and business management. Setting your rates can be tricky. It's always a topic of discussion, how to set your rates, but it's important for you to do your market research and set competitive prices. So find out what other people are charging. Let's say, for instance, for a wedding. So if the general rate or the average is between 250,000 to 300,000, as a new beginner, you could come in at 200, at a 200 price point. Or you could set your prices at the same rate, the same industry standard rate, so 250 to 300, right? But because you're a new beginner and you're trying to gain new customers, you will add a lot more value into that package than what the other person is adding. So for instance, if somebody is charging 300 for just a wedding, just to cover the wedding, you could decide to charge 300 and then add a free pre-wedding shoot into that package. So you're not shortchanging yourself in terms of becoming less competitive in your pricing. So your pricing is still the same, still competitive, but you're adding a lot more value to the package. This way people think, this photographer said 300, that photographer said 300, but both of them are only offering to shoot the wedding only. This guy is offering the same 300, but he's going to do a pre-wedding shoot on, as part of the package for free. That helps you to get your feet in the ground. And then very importantly, you also have to learn how to communicate your value to your clients, so they understand why your services are worth the investment. So try to take the focus of your client away from the money and try to put their focus on the value. They're getting images that will last a lifetime. They're getting experience, they're getting quality, they're getting skills. You're shooting with that type of camera. You pay attention to details. You create a fun experience. You make your clients laugh. These are all unique selling points that help you to stand out and make people feel like, yes, your price may be a bit stiff or maybe as competitive as others, but it's worth going with you because you bring something else to the table. So always be aware of what you bring to the table and try to communicate that. Study yourself, know the value you want to bring to the marketplace. What makes you different from other photographers? Why should anybody choose you over the other guy? These are things you need to focus on and incorporate that into your marketing as you go out there to market yourself. Managing your finances is also very crucial, right? A lot of photographers miss out on this part. They're good at the creative part of things. They're good at creating photographs and images and networking and building skill, meeting people and creating a good vibe, but they're very poor in managing their finances. And as a business person, if you don't manage your finances well, your business will suffer. So you have to learn how to budget. You have to learn how to invoice. You have to learn how to track every single expense. You have to learn how to set up contracts so that people sign their contracts. Whether it's somebody working for you or whether it's a client, everybody should have a contract. Everybody should have terms of agreement. And every expense should be tracked. Every time you spend money, even if it's a battery you buy or a memory card, you have to find a way to track it. And you have to learn how to put together your returns, your taxes, your profits, your savings, all of those things. So if possible, hire somebody to be part of your team who is good with finances, who is good with numbers, to be part of your team, or get a software like QuickBooks to download and track all your expenses. Very, very important. So now you've taken all these steps and you started your business, you're going to face a lot of competition and you're going to face a lot of challenges. But like I said, by focusing on your unique selling points, you can stand out from the competition. Continuous learning is also key. You need to stay updated with industry trends and you need to keep improving your skills. How do you keep improving your skills? You watch tutorials, you practice, do some free or personal projects, collaborate with other photographers on projects. If you're doing this all the time, you're going to keep improving. I did that for a while. In the early days of my photography business, I was collaborating a lot. I was doing free jobs, I was doing personal projects, but then over time, I think I got too busy and I really stopped collaborating, and I noticed that my skill level was dropping. By the time things like frequency separation started coming out and all that, I was a bit late to learn all those things. But the new kids on the block were learning those things fast, and it was setting their photography apart, and I started struggling a little bit in terms of that. But then I quickly closed the gap, built up the skills, and I was back on track. So it's very important for you to collaborate, very important for you to keep learning so that you stay on the edge of the curve. Maintaining motivation is another challenge. So you need to have a support system, whether it's family, friends, or a community of fellow photographers. It can make a big difference. You will get to a point in time where you will feel a little bit drained and worn out from trying to please clients and shoot for clients all the time. You will come to a point where you will be asking yourself, am I shooting for my clients? Am I doing this art for them or for me or for both? Which one is right? You could get confused. Focusing on money, trying to build a business could sometimes corrupt your art. But at those times, you need to learn how to take a break, to learn how to say no. So you don't have to take every job. You don't have to attend to every client. You can be selective about the kind of clients you want to work with. Be careful not to put yourself under too much pressure. And don't forget about self-care. So take care of yourself, take breaks, give yourself a treat, a reward. Sometimes just put the camera away, put the laptop away, and do something else. Watch a movie, go and play golf, go and swim, anything to just be able to breathe and relax and maintain your motivation. So in conclusion, my friends, building a photography business, no matter the country you're in, but particularly if you're in Nigeria, because I'm speaking as a Nigerian and my experience, most of my photography experience has been within Nigeria, although I do have international experience. But whatever the case is, it's a journey that is filled with opportunities and challenges. But with passion, with dedication, and the right strategies, you can turn your dream into reality. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, to comment, and subscribe for more content. And if you have any other questions, or if you have any questions, or you want to share your own experiences, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, keep creating and keep chasing your dreams. Bye for now. See you in the next video.